Give me 1 second, chat. I'm checking on some stuff. Okay, I'm just making sure of everything. Welcome on in, guys. Sorry, I've got some work-related stuff that I need to quickly sift through. I'm just making sure that I've got everything. Okay, we're good. Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome Swags, welcome Solar, welcome Apple. Today we're going to be doing something a little interesting. We're going to be working in Minecraft, but specifically we're going to be looking at interactive audio systems. Which I've shown off in the past, but I haven't like fully worked on it. What's up, Swags? Also, thank you for redeeming the daily sand, Swags and Apple. Okay, let me go ahead and turn this off. All right. I think I broke this. I'm gonna leave this here, but actually, let me fix the region here. Okay, if I disable it and I step out and then back in. No, okay. Then if I enable the looping again. Okay, it says it's playing signal found at full volume, but that's not, I don't know why it's doing that. But what's up, Swags? Okay, I'm gonna just build this over the ocean, so I have a space to work with. So, right now, I'm trying to create a system in Minecraft that I can manually control the music that I want for an area. Because we have playlists, I have speakers, but I'm trying to figure out what I can do in order to make a certain list of tracks play. My first day at work today. How'd it go, Swags? I'm assuming you were just doing all the employee training. Yoink. Yoink. What are my commands? Expand vert. Slash region. Create test 2. And slash open audio. MC. Was it create? No, what was the what was the command again? I have it listed somewhere. Region create. Oh yeah, create. And then test 2. Was that it? Oh, open. Oh, that's what I'm missing. Hang on, hang on. Just open audio MC region. Create test 2, and then for this we'll go ahead and we will use Deep Space for the playlist. Why are you not playing here? What did I... Hang on. Okay, is there there's something off with this. Good was doing filing and scanning paper. It was fun for the most part. Well, that's cool. Getting paid to do a low... Or, not a low, but a basic job is always a nice way to make money. Okay, something's off with this playlist. Can I swap this out? Can I say specifically play Decryption here? It's already permanent immediate link to it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hang on. Yeah, I don't care. Do that. Give me the region edit. How do I change you? I think I know why. I think I know why that's doing that. It is you. You are the reason, aren't you? Yes. Overwrite the regions. Okay, so now, if we try this again... I heard it for a moment. What the heck happened? I feel like it has something to do with these speakers, so I'm going to just destroy them for now. No? Still no? I did something with the synchronization. Music will always synchronize between sessions and players. Why are you doing that? Okay. Yeah, I already knew everyone in the office, which is already pretty cool. Almost everyone. Oh, that's good. Makes it easier to transition in. I know it tends to be a little jarring when transitioning into a job with a lot of new people. That's just from personal experience. Players leave this region. Bruh, what? There's only one player in the world, though. There shouldn't be an issue. That's so weird. Why is this... Okay. I need you synchronized between players. Music always plays from the beginning when someone enters or connects. Okay. I need to synchronize between all players, and I don't have anyone that I can call on right now to work on this with me. So, I don't have a test dummy to see if music is synchronized. That's okay, though. We have... And that means that you also have the same issue, don't you? Is that going to work? That's going to work. Hieroglyphs deep space. How do I change the music in a region, though? How do I change you? Synchronization enabled. Okay. This is a pain in the ass. Alright. Well, what we need to do is I need to figure out how on earth to... I gotta reset you. Temporarily mute regions that are playing audio. Okay, so then if I do... Let's say I do 18, for example, and I tell it to overwrite regions. Then if I go over here... I still hear it. Reset to 18? No. Set you to 18. What is the point in overwriting? Hang on, okay. So, we got speakers playing now. This stupid system. Okay. If I'm looking for... Okay, break you. Break you. I need more music in this. Actually, okay, that's a good idea. Why? Oh, because you're 18. That's why. The rest of you are 10. Yeah, okay. Wait, what did you do? Only bases volume on distance? Okay, why aren't you working now? Well, okay, that makes no sense. So, here's my thought process. If I'm using this in a setting where I need an audio client, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put... I want to put, like, voice logs in these. Because what we can do is we can set them to redstone. And so if someone like puts a book down on a lectern and flips it to a certain page, then an audio log will start playing, like a voice recorder. We could do that. That could be a good, like, escape room type of clue. But also, I'm trying to think, what else could we do? Okay, you're unpowered right now. You don't require redstone. You're going to keep looping. Okay, I'll show you guys for now while I figure this out. So you're still being a pain in the ass. Okay, I need to upload more sound files. So let me do that very quickly. I need to open up my dashboard. Let me go ahead and upload a file. Flame OST. And then let me go and get some files uploaded. I need this. I need the MP3s, that way they're smaller files. Give me the tree, close deep space, close worlds beyond our own. Okay, I guess we're just not gonna close. Oh, it didn't even upload. Oh, it did. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Hang on. I didn't put that in the right tree. MC dash. Flame OST dash. Which one were we doing? Sage. The MP3. That way I just have it on hand. Upload file. Okay. Put in tree. Okay, there we go. Stuff is as it should be. Okay. Slash flame OST slash. Next one we'll do is I need to find my project file very quickly, where I'm importing tracks from. Let's do the pacifist. A lot of these tracks I haven't had the time to go over yet, so for Music Monday, whenever we do the next one, I will go over a lot of these tracks, but right now we're just working on Flame OST. That's not what I wanted. Is it the fighter? Yeah, the fighter. You can drag this over to this monitor, though I can see a little bit better. Okay, so now I got 3 tracks from this other soundtrack. I'm gonna put them over here in a smaller space, just so I can... Okay. Expand vert. What is it? Hang on. Oh no, it's slash region. There we go, and then open audio MC region, create Flame OST, and then, oh crap, we gotta put these all together. Actually, yeah, we gotta put them all together. Open audio MC list, create. Yeah, playlist flame. Must add to flame, and then we need the fighter, we need the pacifist, and we need the sage. These are just testing grounds. We're trying to see if we can create what we need to do. Flame OST with list flame. There we go. Okay, so now that's playing. If we do OpenMC region edit, what are we looking at here? Okay, synchronization is enabled. Looping's enabled. It's got the 3 tracks in here that we're playing. Okay, but if I want to control the order that these tracks play in, do I have something that I can reference this with? I could use a show. But I don't know how shows work. And the question is, how do shows even, like, play? That's a question. Okay, so hang on, let's try something out here. So we already have a show. Yeah, we have a show called Demo. How do we add to the list? What I'll do is I'll go ahead and I will put this over here, and then I'll drag this over here as well. Okay, that way we have both on screen. You guys can see what I'm working on. It's a little bit easier to go through stuff. Okay, so we can do a command, which we can do a play command technically. Chat sends a chat message to a player matching a selector. First argument is selector, the rest of the message. Follow standard Minecraft selector syntax. Or an action bar. Displays a message on the action bar. Okay. Implement and register your own Java-based triggers via the API. It requires plugin development. Ooh, I can't do that. Unfortunately, that's not my wheelhouse. After EQ's a demo, at start 1 second and after 1 minute. Okay, full workflow, create demo, add queues. Okay, wait, so I'm not understanding exactly how this works. Let's you create a time-coded, multi-threaded sequence of queues, scheduled events. A show is a list of queues run at a precise time relative to when the show is started. Because shows run multi-threaded, in-game lag will not affect queue timing. Audio and events stay in sync. See, that's the most important thing to me, is that, okay, so why are we creating this in the first place? I am trying to make a chase queue in Minecraft. I'm trying to see what the possibilities are of being able to make dynamic music systems the way you can in games, specifically Wwise and Fmod, and figuring out how to bring them into Minecraft, how to develop in that way, how to design these systems. So that's the plan right now. Sorry, I'm taking a look at something, make sure that I have everything on. I'm caught up on everything. Okay, I believe we're caught up on everything. Okay. Basically, how I want to do this is I want a set of sequences. I want trigger 1 first, which is going to be the introduction. I want trigger 2 to play a select set of tracks that can like sort of be swapped between. When the time is ready, I want to be able to trigger another set of tracks. So what we're doing is we're creating parent files and children conditions underneath them. Here, okay, hang on. Let's draw this out so we can properly see like what I'm trying to do. Okay, so let's say, well, hang on, not that. Let's just get a brush. Let's say this is what the listener hears. What I want is I want an intro. I want 3 let's say, yeah, for the time being, we want 3 different tracks to be played within this segment. Let's, for simplicity's sake here, let's do this very quickly. Let's paint the whole picture here. And then let's do this. Okay, so this is intro. Whoa, hang on. I need a brush. This is our intro. This is section A, section B, and then this is the outro. What we want to do is when the listener steps into a certain area, we want it to trigger intro 1, and then after intro 1 is finished, only after it's finished, do we want it to trigger section A. But it has to, for as long as it needs to be, it'll sit here and it'll just rotate between these 3 segments for as long as needed. Also, what the heck happened to chat? Oh, that's so weird. Why does Paint do that? For some reason, Paint is tied to chat? That's really weird. So, yeah, we have these right here, and whenever we're ready, we then move to section B and do the same thing. For as long as needed, it's going to flip between these, and keep the momentum of the track going. And then finally, when the conditions are met, we're going to move to the outro, and the song's going to finish. That's the basic standard structure that I'm looking for dynamic music making. Welcome on, Lovable Floof. How you doing? Well, that's weird. Anyway, stopping by to say hi. Welcome on in. Thanks for doing the daily sand. 7 grains in the hourglass. That's a whole week. I know I haven't been streaming a whole lot recently. Starting next week, I'm hoping I will. Today is an outlier for reasons I will not share, but we should be back on Monday. Or actually, Monday. There's a rare chance I'll stream over the weekend, but that's a really low chance. So that's the plan. The idea is when the listener steps into an area, intro triggers. Intro triggers, stays here for as long as necessary. When something happens, moves over to B, stays here as long as necessary. And then moves to the outro and finishes. That's what we're trying to do right now. And so right now what I'm trying to figure out is how do we trigger music in this way? I'm gonna go and close this because live chat's being really weird. So we have our files here that we're trying to mess with. We've got signal found, the fighter. Actually, I'd rather have this in tree form. So we have we have a good layer of stuff right here. This is our section A, our section B, section C, and we'll throw in like 2 more tracks or something that just don't fit. That way we can test this out. So I'm actually gonna take this off screen very quickly. What tracks do I want to throw in here? It doesn't matter. It just cannot be any of these tracks. So we'll do, for example, Alchemist Adventure. Why not? Alchemist Adventure will be here. it'll be on its own, and then let's do Trails of Information. And not contain spaces. Yeah, okay. Okay, upload version. Okay, so now we've got 2 tracks here that can fit as the intro. Okay, so now we gotta figure out how on earth to do this. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, I was looking at our guide. Alright, what do we need? So we have a demo playlist. Or, no, we were looking at, shows. Yeah, shows. Okay, so open audio, add, and then command play at A, I want to say, maybe? Let's try that. I need an example of this. That's not really helpful. Let's say list. Play Mosty. Did that go in? I don't think that went in. Oh, I'm stupid. Hang on. Audio. Add, and then demo. Where does that go again? I literally don't know where it goes. I'm gonna assume right here. Okay, so then audio, show, GUI. That's not it. What is it? Oh. Show GUI demo. Okay, edit cues. So we've got one that starts at 1 minute. Got one that starts... Okay, this doesn't work. I don't think it does, at least. Okay, but what we need to do is do this. 0 minute play files. I'm just gonna copy this whole thing. Give me the show GUI. Let me just make sure this is working the way it should. Okay, so first it's gonna play Trails of Information, then at 1 minute it's gonna switch over to Flame OSD. Okay, let's go ahead and let's just give this a try. Let me see if this will work. Start show once. No, of course not. Why would it work? Great. Command say I start first. Okay, but what about... Let's try this one very quickly, just because I wanted to make sure this actually works. What did I call this again? It wasn't spawn. Region equal... I gotta find the region name again. Flame. She was already running. Oh, great. What? Show's not running. That's a lie. Cancel show. Let's try that one more time. So then there should be another one here. Okay. So then if I probably should have debugged some console commands into here so I can see when stuff is transitioning. So then if I go back to the UI here and I say start show once. When is that going off? It should have gone off already, which I'm a little confused about. But also, how is it supposed to work? How is it supposed to work in the context of... Timecode supporting triggers, examples, GUI editing, tips and behavior. Okay, what does it say here? Shows are multi-threaded. Queue timing is not affected by server TPS. Timecodes are measured from the moment you run / open audio show start. Use command queues for server-side actions. Chat / action bar for player visible messages and implement custom triggers for special behavior. Oh my dear lord. Okay, this is not functioning very well. We once again are trying to reference this as our... I still don't know why chat's, for some reason, bugging out because of this. It's fine. It's good where it is. That's opacity. Okay, good to know. Okay, it is starting to get a little bright outside, so I'm trying to cover up the sun as much as I can, because it's going to just reflect off my desk into my face. Trying to see here. Is there anything else I could possibly use? Because this is not making any sense to me. Permissions. I think it's just about being an operator. Show, cancel demo. Inspect the show. Let's try that. Can we do that? Open audio. Show, info, demo. Event count 3. Okay, interesting. Is it still running? Okay. I'm not entirely sure how to remedy this problem. I'm trying to... Okay. What we can do, and this is... Because, okay, so the problem is, if the players are standing still, I want... Like, if they're still in the same room, I want to convey that something is happening. If something starts and an event is triggered in-game, I need to be able to convey that something is happening with the audio, which is easy in game development because you just hook up the sound effect and the event trigger to the thing that spawns or the event that happens. But in this, we can't really do that because it's communicating separately from the game. All that we can really do is take the position of the player. That's all that this plugin's reading. Okay. What we can do, and this is this will be something interesting. If I wanted to take a sound effect very quickly, and I just wanted to play around with this, let's see if we can do this right. Audacity stuff. Give me like just an alert sound or something. I don't know. Sure, why not? We'll use a Coke sound effect. A Coke bottle cap. Please upload an MP3. Oh shit. Okay, well that's That's incredibly limiting. It wants an MP3 or an OOG file, OGG file. But I don't have a whole lot of those. So why do I have a bunch of pinned folders? I don't need all these pinned. Sorry, give me one quick second. I'm looking for anything that I could use. Anything that's not a WAV file. Please. I know I have more than just WAV files. Actually, I could just do a search for .mp3. There's a lot more in here than I thought. Okay. I see something that just says sound. What the heck is sound? I literally have no idea what this is. Fighter vocals. Just see a bunch of numbers. Okay, hang on. Sure, why not? Let's use a whoosh sound effect. Okay. Files SFX alert. Okay, so it's under its own tree right now. Give me another one. Something that I can use. Let's do... The other alternative is making me a resource pack for stuff, but I don't think music can be tied to something in that nature. Because it's like, let's take the example of an event happening. Zombie spawn. So a zombie is spawned into the world. How do I work off of that to create a music stinger to convey that a zombie has spawned into the world or is in your area? I guess the alternative, and this is a very strong alternative. Oh, okay, because the whole point of it being a game is that the player can move as quick or as slow as they want. So, no, this is still confusing. Still confusing. I was trying to see over here. We have a few options. We have 3D speakers that can be activated by redstone if I put them in the right spot. Reset on redstone power loss and require redstone. Require redstone, reset on power loss. Plays only once, from the start when the player enters the area. So, originally my thought was, okay, here's what we can do. We can do this, and when the track ends, we can somehow take this signal and figure out what to do with it. The problem is that my original plan was to take an observer and see if I could read the output of the speaker. Unfortunately, it will not detect an update when the track ends, which I feel like makes sense, but also, how on earth am I going to... The alternate plan. And this is gonna... The more I think about this, the more convoluted it's gonna get. I find out how long... Okay, what if I don't want you playing that? Actually, can I move these with pistons, out of curiosity? Nope. Okay, that's what I thought. Just want to make sure. How the heck did you break? Okay, so if we can't read the output of a speaker, what we need to do is we need to find a way to know the amount of time it's going to take to to finish this track, which we technically do. How long is this track? This track in particular is 2 minutes and 16 seconds. I'm not sure how much that equates to in ticks, but what we could do is we could set up a redstone clock for that long and have it trigger the next segment. Now, the only problem with that is how the heck are we going to turn it off? Or if we do turn it off, how do we stop it from turning off when we don't want it to? These are the annoying questions that I don't think we can physically do without, like, developing our own software or plugin based off that fact. If I can read, like, the console of some sorts and I tell it, hey, when this happens, play this for everyone, which the show should do, but it doesn't. The show works a little bit differently. In all honesty, what I would ideally like to do is I'd like to sit down with the person who runs this client on the Imagine Fun server. I just want to ask how they do it, how they or what their recommendations are for achieving this goal of, like, hey, a player's here and I want the music to change depending on how stuff happens around them versus them moving through the world. It's just, this is so annoying. I'm trying to figure this out. Why are you set to deep space? You should be set to like Worlds Beyond Our Own. Because, like, I wouldn't want to make a world or like a puzzle that bends to the music. I'd want the music to bend to the puzzle. Because that'd be like, oh, if we wanted to do this, we would need the players to, like, move to a certain area or force them to move. Which you could do by, like, removing the floor, but that's not ideal. That's going to be really weird if you want to change music and just remove the floor. And all of a sudden, like, they're in a different place. Alternatively, you could teleport the players, but I also don't believe that's the right solution. It's so weird. And I don't think there are any other options that we have right now, at least for this. I think genuinely any system that I think I would want to create is just not functional in this type of place. If I leave and then come back, is it still going to be... No, okay, it's ending. Okay. Are you set to looping? Oh, wait. No, yeah, enabled. Play once. What is wrong with you? Because if I want... The idea is, if I wanted to, and this is already going so well with Adventure Tales. I'm just trying to figure out a good system for how we want to do this. How I want to make the audio function the way I want it to. I've got to sit on this. And I've got to sit on this for a while. I think I will probably need to just, like, read over every single document that this plugin has. Because some of these are mad annoying. Mad annoying. Okay. But I'm willing to put this on pause for now. Because I got some other music that I want to work on, and I figured that we would continue working on stream. Yeah, I'm just not sure why this isn't functioning the way I need it to. Audio cancel show. Let's show the GUI. And I wish the GUI were a little more user-friendly. Unfortunately, it's not. Because like what we're getting right now is that we can look at it, but the cues are not in order in the slightest. They're in the order of what I. First off, I'm seeing the problem with this one is that it's not set to command. It says chat runnable versus command runnable. But man, okay. Yeah, no, this is not fun. This is a lot of hard work. But man, if we set the system up, holy crap, it'll be so good. It'll be so good. And we can do like some really cool things with it. But I need to. It's like building my own systems in a way that wasn't intended. So we're really breaking down walls here and putting up new ones in a place where we probably shouldn't. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just close out Minecraft. I don't think we'll be playing anymore. So I will swap out categories. I'm switching from Minecraft now that we're done playing that. To just music. We're working on music. Okay. And we're still going to be working on stuff for, of this caliber, so I don't mind if we just keep the same title. We're probably going to be jumping through several projects today. I've got stuff I want to do. Give me a second. I gotta find my notes that I got when working on this track the other day. Feel a bit more hopeful. Okay, I've got some ideas for how I want to go about this. I'll go ahead and I'll keep the track as is. We're going to start a new... Actually, no, we'll keep working on it for now. I think this could be a really good track when it's finished. But for right now, I want to finish... I want to flourish that idea and I want to see where it goes. But ultimately, it's not going to be where I originally thought it was going to be. Which, I don't mind. We just need to prepare that ahead of time and find out how to implement this a little bit better. I'm not liking that nearly as much now that I'm hearing it again. Okay, I want something to change here, so I'll go ahead and put a marker down for the time being, and I want to add something, but I don't know what it is. Let's take a look. Take a gander. What have we got? What are our options? If I want to contact, what would I want? Also, my options are a little limited right now. I feel like I don't think I installed everything that I used to have. Half my toys are not here. Well, that's okay. That's okay, that's okay. I don't think this particular instrument's going to fit here, and I'm honestly a little happy about that. Because I feel like this instrument has been used a lot over the course of this soundtrack, and I want to steer away from it. At least for now. Doesn't sound too bad, actually. Maybe. That's not too bad. Okay. Not liking it, but not hating it either. I don't even know what I'm looking for, really. Could? I'm considering it. Whoa. Yeah, that's definitely interesting. What about Luminous Side? There's a bit of a delay on it. I don't know if I like it. Actually, I should probably clarify. I don't like it. Well, that's an interesting sound. Hang on, I'm curious now. I'm not opposed to that. That actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, that can work. That could definitely work. Although that delay is really long. I don't know how we are, I haven't thought out yet how we're gonna tackle that. So once again, I'm having a problem of the light. Let me use this again, because I was using it yesterday. It worked decently. I cannot wait for when I'm able to rebuild my setup in a room that actually permits me to do more with it. Let me hear that again. Technically, it does work. I'm not opposed to it, but also it starts on 18 instead of 19, which is really weird. Okay. Can we turn down that delay at all? We can. Let's turn both of them down decently to like 17 or something. Let's try that. Yeah, I'm liking that. That sounds pretty good. Also, I don't remember if I actually drank that water slides, but if I didn't, here's another sip. Okay. I don't know what this is. Do I want to find out what this is? Why do I have this here? I'm gonna put that off to the side. I actually don't know what that is. My plan for the summer is I have a lot of sound effects. To be more specific, let me take a look at my folder very quickly. Let me close my search. In my sound effects folder alone, I have, where are my properties? Almost 3 gigs worth of stuff. Over 1,000 audio files in here. And I don't remember which ones are temp and which ones are Foley done by me, which ones I have custom designed in software. So I'm pretty much scrapping all the files in there. Every single file that I have, I'm going through and I'm either cutting or I am replacing with custom sound effects. The ultimate goal is to have a sound effects library created entirely by me. So my own Foley, or it is designed by me in some way, shape, or form, based off of the synths that I create, based off of other sound effects that I have warped so far from the original that they are completely new. That's the end goal, and that's the plan for the majority of summer. So I have already a lot of sound effects I've been sifting through. I now have 3 main categories. I have custom made, I have free sound effects that I grab off of YouTube or need in a pinch, and then I have temp copyrighted sound effects. So I can remind myself, hey, these are temporary. These are not meant to stay. And when I say like temporary copyrighted, usually it leans more on the temporary side because either I didn't find clear wording that it was copyright free, and if it's not clearly worded that's copyright free, it's always better to assume that it is copyrighted in some way, shape, or form. That's a good rule of thumb for people who are trying to do like YouTube videos and want to find sound effects. Keep that in mind. So the goal is to have a bunch of new sound effects and to have a whole arsenal ready by the end of summer. Maybe stick to a little bed rotting away. Anyway, what's good, my gang? What's up, cutie? Welcome on in. We're writing music. We're doing a work stream. Okay, now I want to move this up to here because I got some other ideas I want to throw in here. Instrument. I want Omnisphere. We're using a lot of different plugins these days, and I'm actually really happy about that. It's not just solely 100% Omnisphere, but we've been using analog strings, we've been using battery, we've been using the Irish harp sample. We have also a little bit of Audio Majestica 2.0, which I really like, but is a pain in the ass to get loaded. Just more profile picture today. Oh, that's cool. What does it change to? I have a vague memory of what it used to be, but I don't know how much it's changed. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a bass of some kind. Actually, this wouldn't sound terrible. It's like a pulsing sound effect, and it's a really good polyrhythm. Like, let's hear this very quickly. My bad, I wanted to put it over here. I was like, why isn't it sounding right? And I remember why. Okay, like, let's take a listen to this polyrhythm and just see how it sounds. Actually, wait, no, I think this is a polymeter, right? Let me make sure that I got the right term. Yeah, so this is a polymeter. The difference between a polymeter and a polyrhythm is polymeters go at the same pace. Polyrhythms always match up on the ones. So let me see if I can find a good picture for like an example of what it's supposed to look like. Sure, yeah, actually this is a good one because this is exactly what we're doing right now. Open image in new tab. Perfect. We'll go with this one. So this is what we got right now. We got a polymeter where it's, and the basic idea is that like they both go at the same tempo, but and so like the downbeats will always not line up, or the downbeats will not always line up until a full cycle is done and they both hit 1 again. You can start to see how that looks. So it's like, let's do like a 2-3 polymeter, this is a TikTok move if anyone's done this before. So in the left hand we'll do up down, and then the right hand will do a triangle. So this is how a polymeter will look. Something like that. And then if we're doing a polyrhythm, the downbeats will always line up on the same one. So we can see here 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 versus the polymeter, which is 1 1 1 4 1 3 3 1 or 1 2 and then 1. You can it's very easy to visualize. But a 3/4 polyrhythm sounds like you can hear that there's a big difference in terms of rhythm, and it's really cool. And these are both two techniques that I love using, but you gotta use them in the right context, otherwise everything just falls apart and it sounds really sloppy. Also, you know how you said your work account was recommended my community posts? That was your account, right? Well, actually, I ended up commenting twice on my channel with that account. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I did leave 2 comments on your on 2 of your posts. That is my work account. I'm not going to say it out loud because I don't want people finding my work account. But yes, it is. I do have a work account on YouTube that I use for quietly perusing the internet without people knowing it's me, and for work-related stuff. That way nothing's recommended to me on my usual feed, because my usual feed is a bunch of gaming, short TikTok slop right now, and also a bunch of like weird music stuff. Versus my work feed is very much gaming news focused. It's very gaming news focused. It's very like tutorial based for like Wise. I've been looking up a bunch of Wise tutorials on how to do stuff at work. I've also been learning different softwares. So all that is on my work feed. And then for some reason, Cutie's posts started getting recommended as well, which is really interesting. And what we're doing in? Oh yeah, polymeters. I did get my daily whimsy and joy. Today though, no. My whimsy and joy is non-existent. I'm probably gonna do this just to make things a little bit more easy on like the timing of everything. Not very private, but to be fair, I don't have anything posted on there, to my knowledge. There's nothing on my. You won't see anything on my work YouTube channel. Nothing's gonna get posted there. Nothing's going to. The only thing I've used it for is like communicate. It's like talking in like Buster and Bugs chat. That's the only thing it's used for, or like that you'll see publicly. I've left 2 comments, as well, but outside of that, you will not really see any activity from that channel. Nah, I like it in the low register. Actually, I hear it again. You hear it both? There's a bit of a thud. No, that's not what I want. I want this. I'm gonna take all this out. Move this up to 48. They got recommended to you because it knows I'm in your walls. I can and will send whimsy and joy. on, give me a reverb plugin. Let's try that, yeah. Yeah, I'm liking it, and then we can manage to build it up in some way, shape, or form. Let's see if we can do that, actually. What do I have under the context stuff? Do I have... Whoa. Hello. Give me rack view, actually. Sure, whatever. Pick that for a second. I'm missing my... For some reason, I keep missing my file, instrument bank, a file, VSTs and instruments, you. Instruments. I cannot even read that. Brass, yeah. Get brass in here. My Jax Plus is judging me. Should I give him corn? Yes. Definitely. Okay, get rid of the 8-bit scope. We don't need it. Okay. What are we working with? Can I do power sustains instead? Maybe. Maybe. Virtua Chip was one of my videos. I have like 4K views and over 100 likes. I put no effort into it. The algorithm just seems to be pushing it. Tends to happen. Okay, I'm liking the general idea of it. I just need to sort of play around with it and see where we end up. Oh, I also wanted a different instrument to go along with this. I don't remember what it's called, but I would know it if I saw it. Something like this, but I want to pair with this. Jeez. That's actually pretty cool. Wait, why is it controlled by the mod wheel and controlled by an LFO? What's the point in that? What are you? Ooh, actually, that's cool. Hang on. I like that. That's actually pretty cool. And then pair that with this. Let's do this. Actually, wait, why am I doing that at all? I can just literally copy and paste this. We don't need to do that. Let's play around with this a little bit. Oops. Oh, hang on. Put that back. Dude. I thought I was taking these out. Okay, well, now I'm just really confused. What is causing the sample to do what it's doing? Sample starts set to random. Where do I fix that? Why are you doing this? No, not that. Hang on. I want this all the way up here. Okay, what's controlling that? I almost got spoilers for TAGC episode 9. I didn't see the spoiler warning. I say I'm dodging these bullets. I'm dodging them. I want to go see it with Kiki. It was really good. We had a really great time, and I think we're both of the opinion that we're thinking about it, and we also will not spoil it. But it was good. I enjoyed it. My 593 subs now. Okay then. Oh, cool. Congrats. Interesting. I feel I'm gonna abstract at the end. It's my comfort show, and I love all the characters so much. I just like how I want to call it a comfort show of mine. But I did enjoy the story that told. I thought for the work that was put into it, it definitely did pay off. Gooseworks did a really good job writing the show, despite the absolutely insane reception from the community, both negative and positive. I think both ends of the spectrum are being really, really harsh right now. But personally, just as a creative, hats off to Goose. They did an amazing job, and the show was good. Told the story that I wanted to tell, and then moved on. Maybe that's from the beginning again. I just want to hear how this is going. What I'm thinking is that this track might be broken down. I'm thinking that this needs to be put into like section A, or I should say, the track's going to be put into this intro, A section, B section, outro. That's sort of what I'm envisioning for a track like this. She doesn't even deserve the hate. It's her show. Let her be creative. Creator. Exactly. I'm just not liking that anymore. I can't conform it the way I wanted to, so I'm just gonna take it out. Whoa. Yeah, that's definitely going somewhere. I'm ex- I'm willing to see where it goes. I'm willing to play around with it and see what we can land. What's up, Buster? Welcome on in. Thank you for the raid, Buster. How was Hypixel? Hashtag raid. We need to get you some emotes, man. We need to get you some good. Once you hit affiliate, we'll get you some emotes. We'll invest. We'll get you a raid emote. And we'll get the Olive Garden put in there as an emote. It was good. That's good. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't join. I've been working on stuff. I've been trying to take advantage. I was averaging around 5 to 6 viewers, but I didn't get any followers. Yeah, it tends to happen. I know I was lurking in chat, so that probably contributed. But yeah, some days it's good days, some days it's slow days. Tends to be how it goes on Twitch, but yeah. Yeah. We've been working on this track. We've been also working on dynamic music systems in we've been working on dynamic music systems in Minecraft. We've been working with what's it called? Open Audio MC. And so right now we're sort of taking a break from that because I'm kind of stumped with what I want to do with an audio system, and we're kind of just working on music for Minecraft. We're working on like a chase sequence. So, you know, we're moving through stuff. I find it interesting that I have to offset in order to line up with this. It's like this feels a bit too fast right now, and I'm not sure why. Or it's just not timed right. So weird. Something's off with that, and I don't know what it is. I don't know how to fix it either, but it's just like subtly off, and it feels like it's dragging, which is incredible because it's a computer. I shouldn't be able to do that. I saw spiders today. I think it went into my walls. I don't want to be in the walls anymore. It is very unfortunate. Dude, I don't know what it is about the weather right now, but it is dragging out so many spiders. I have to keep killing them. I'm like, bruh. Leave me alone. tilt this just the tiniest bit forward. Well, that sounds so much better. You can literally hear the difference because this is off-centered just by a tiny bit, which is insane. Where's the time you just casually killed a spider on stream? I think that's happened, 3 times this year so far. Which speaks volumes of the fact that it's already happened 3 times. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot, actually. I want to go back to some older tracks right now because I'm really like scatterbrained at the moment. I'm trying to get through like a bunch of stuff. What was the one I was working? I was working on the Sage. The Sage is a track that I really like. I mean, I really like this track. This is one of my. This quickly became one of my favorites. This is for Project Flame, and I'll play it for you guys. But genuinely, like, this is just one of my favorites that I've written. Let me make sure that's done though. I haven't listened to this in a hot second. That's why. Okay, I remember why. Because that already sounds like a kalimba itself. Do I want to do that? Like, do I want to add that on? I'm willing to give it a try. I just want to see how that sounds. Oops, hang on, need that copied down. Something like that, but I want to make sure that they all start on the right beat. Okay, let's hear that now. I do like it. It ain't bad. I did want to take... I did want to make them more uniform in a way. Hang on. So make them all rise with each velocity. That's the main goal that I'm sort of hoping to get out of this. Hang on a sec. Okay, so then it should be... These definitely need to get stretched out just a tiny bit more. I won't do too much, but just enough. Okay, let's try that now. Here in context. No, I'm just not liking that in general. I got 9 hours of sleep. Went to sleep at 7 a.m. Jeez, holy crap. I think your sleep schedule needs to get reset, cutie. Yeah, that's good. I'm really liking that. No, never? Alright. Fair I'm liking that. I'm really liking that. That's really pretty. I don't know what it is about this song in particular. I think I really cooked. I feel like I 100% cooked with the like the emotions and like the feeling of it. I love just how everything meshes together. But there was something that I wanted to change. I forget what it was. I think it was you. Let's do that and let's see if it meshes a little bit better. Why are people being so freaky about the new Gameoverse pilot? It's just the episode. It's gonna have scene needed clothes. Who knows? I'm just excited that my favorite white boy is voicing a robot in it. There he is! There's my favorite white boy! Still has room in the mixer to bump it up a little bit more. I don't know. The one that I'm really not liking right now is the detective, and I gotta go back to that theme because I don't remember how it goes. But I know I just wasn't. I think. So the detective was the first theme that I started writing, and now that I have like a couple under my belt, I'm not feeling too confident on that one in particular. I need to go back. Oh, congrats on getting 5 watch stream streak, Solar. Okay, let me hear this one again because I don't remember how this goes. I remember there wasn't enough build-up in this track. Want to add taped on doodles to my headphones, should I? Sure, go for it. Sounds fun. Sounds creative. redo this part. I want something on top of this, but I don't know what I want. That. Okay, let me hear that. People ship the clay apple made for children's shows with the deformed twig. Who's unnecessarily evil? Clay apple made for a children's show. A deformed twig. I think the deformed twig is a... We've used the term deformed twig here. The clay apple one is new. I don't know what that could be in reference to. Oh, I didn't know the Happy Happy was an apple puppet. I think we have bigger fish to fry. About me actually watching Happy Happy, because I mean I've only gotten the Happy Happy lore through you, cutie. Why is it so left heavy? What's going on here? there we go. That is, that sounds a little bit more balanced. No, people ship the puppet and the human murder. Why? Just why? It's stated dumb angel that forensic does not like happy happy. So the creator rewrote the original blog post, so that's fun. I see what you did there. I'm not gonna say it. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Let me hear this says this again. I'm not liking this too much anymore. Can I up it? I'm gonna sort this out for piano. We're gonna see how that goes. Duplicate, yeah, duplicate everything pretty much. And then we're gonna replace this. Oh, it is a piano already. Oh, that's embarrassing. We're swapping it out for a different piano now. Mini grand. That's a very pretty sound. What are you? Pole scraper. What? How did this come to be? That's a very pretty sound. I don't know how on earth it got... I don't know how I found it. I don't know why it's called pole scraper of all things. Try this. Whoa, that drops off way too quick. Okay, I think that works a little bit better. Nice. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, I'm liking... Right now it just feels like a bunch of noise. I'm trying to figure out how to not let that happen. What the heck is 3D printed food? Anyways, I'm gonna run my kitchen. 3D printed food sounds interesting. I don't think it should exist, and if it does exist, yeah, yikes. But yeah, go rob your kitchen. I should probably get ready to rob mine. I gotta make dinner, because it is 5:43. And I have no idea what I'm gonna make yet. So I think I should probably head off here. I've been streaming for 2 hours, which is a good amount. A lot longer than yesterday's stream, and I'm happy about that. Because I wanted to get a little bit more work done. And we did. I'd say we got a little bit more... We got some stuff sorted out with the Minecraft interactive... the Minecraft dynamic audio system. That's not where I want it to be, but I'm going to be reading through documents tomorrow probably while I'm on my breaks and just learning how to do stuff. We got this track sorted out a little bit more, which I'm happy about. I need to go back and rework some stuff. And we did a little bit of work on the Sage. We took that track and we sort of cleaned it up just a tiny bit. But for the most part, I think the track is done, so we didn't really need to do much to begin with. Next week, hopefully in a month, or yeah, in a week, I should be back on schedule for Music Monday. Fingers crossed, everything goes well. Right now, I'm honestly really scared that things are not going the way I want it to at work, and things might end up getting pushed back by another week. But that's not confirmed. That's more of my own like anxieties for the way progress is moving at work. Yay. But and hopefully I will not get called in for weekend overtime this weekend. It's there. It's already on the books, but I'm trying not to go to it. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Do I have any friends that we can live that we can raid over on the Twitch side of things? Yeah, our good friend Jocelyn K is live. She is someone that I believe we rated that rated us in the Loftia raid train. Please go say hi to her if you're over in Twitch chat. I almost put the raid command in her chat. That would have been embarrassing. But yeah, she's a great streamer. I enjoy watching her stream. Right now she's playing Spirit Crossing, which looks to be a really cozy game. Breathe responsibly. Very important question. Do we need to find the Tommy gun? Of course we need to find the Tommy gun. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, but unfortunately I got to tune out. Hopefully streams will be back on track next week and we'll be able to do the regularly scheduled content. Thank you all so much for tuning in, but unfortunately I got to tune out. So I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.